Next Legacy.
Fenty Beauty by Rihanna was created with the promise of inclusion for everyone, with an unmatched offering of shades and colors for all skin tones. You'll never look elsewhere for your beauty staples. Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by Fenty Beauty. Browse their foundation line, lip colors, and so much more. All you have to do is go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. And click on the link that says Next Legacy Fenty.
Next Legacy.
Hello, my name is Kieran Thomas, and you're now listening to Danaya Radio.
Hello, Karen. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? Okay, well, I do quite a few things. I'm an actor. I'm a model. I'm a writer. I started dipping my toes in playwriting a little bit. And I work with a few nonprofits and different things of that sort.
So, how did you initially get into acting?
Ooh, okay. So I've always been interested in performing arts and things of that sort. When I was younger, I thought that I was destined to be some big pop singer, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the next Justin Bieber or something. That wasn't that wasn't it though. But no, I was always into the arts, always into performing arts, and then over time, I learned about theater, learned about acting, and just embodying characters, and I found a real passion for it. I was still a little nervous and a little timid about it though at times, and so it took time for me to really open up with it. But once I did, it was a done deal. Once I was open up, once I was ready, I was out there. I started doing theater and plays in I think middle school and then high school, and after high school, and I did my first play after high school, which was Chicago the Musical. And now I'm doing one of my biggest professional plays with Broadway on Bronzeville called Little Me Musical, which is going back up May 16th to the 19th.
So, what has been one of your most memorable moments on stage?
I have so many. I would have to say, so my first play that I ever done was a Greek tragedy, and I played Midas. And so it was my first time being on stage, my first time, feeling the light hit you, the crowd cheer. And that first moment, I started the play off, started the show off. So that first moment is like having the light hit you, and I seen everyone's reaction to your presence on stage was just a beautiful moment. But I would have to say a close second is my first ever musical solo, which is when I did Shrek the Musical, and I was Lord Farquaad, and getting on stage and walking on stage and hearing everybody cheering, go crazy. Oh my God! I'm a pretty tall guy. I'm 6'2". So you seeing this tall guy on his knees pretending to be the short king, and going on stage to sing about Duloc. And it was really fun. It was really amazing, and to see everyone's reaction to it and see me embody this character was really just a beautiful moment.
So, who would you say have been your influences when it comes to acting?
Ooh, okay. Right now, one of my favorite actors is easily Coleman Domingo, in both his mentality and also his passion for acting. I remember I was watching a video a few months ago. Maybe it was a few weeks ago. Maybe it was a month ago, something like that. And he was talking about how he was doing so much and so much work. And other people had described his grind as him like on like the actor grind and being a struggling actor. But to him, it was just him doing or being able to do something that he loved to do. And I really resonated with that, and I love that. And also, I love him as an actor. He's a really cool actor. Can't wait to see him in the Michael Jackson biopic. But right now, that's one of my biggest inspirations. And also, my grandma. Even though she's not an artist or she's not an actor, she's my biggest supporter, my biggest fan. So, it's always love and it's always shout out to grandma. But yeah, just to continue, the experience of just being able to play like this hilarious, like comedically short character as a 6'2" man, It was really silly. It was really fun. One of my favorite experiences. And also for me, it was a full circle moment. Because as a kid, I love Shrek. I love the Shrek show. And then, if some of you all may know, Shrek the Musical was on Netflix from like 2010 to like 2022. And best believe I watched it again a million times. And so it was just a really beautiful moment to be able to see myself in that show, the show that I've been watching since I was a little kid. And that would be able to perform in it and do a fun performance in it too. It was amazing.
That's so awesome. I love it. So, what would you say would be one of your dream performances?
Dream performances. I'm trying to. Oh, that's a really good question. I've always, I will actually, I've always wanted to play more serious or more grounded characters, and so that's one thing I've been looking forward to. I've played a lot of comedical characters, I played a lot of more satirical characters, and so I was looking forward to playing a more dramatic and grounded character. And if you all follow me on Instagram, if y'all find out more about me, you'll be seeing a posting about something like that coming soon, and a particular movie will be coming out soon. And so I'll be able to live my dream role coming soon. 20.
What's one of the things that you've had to overcome as a young Black man in acting in Chicago?
Honestly, making connections and being comfortable with my art form. I think a lot of times it can be looked, someone who's pursuing the arts and someone who's pursuing acting, especially as a young Black man, it can be seen as satirical, it can be seen as a hobby, seen as something that isn't, a real thing you're pursuing. And so being able to take not only myself seriously, but my art form seriously, and then now doing that, and then making the connections to be able to put myself in the points or in the rooms I want to be in, so I can grow as an artist and grow as a person too.
Absolutely. What have you done to not be able to get typecast? As an actor?
Honestly, I try to keep every audition a little bit original. I try to show different ranges of my emotional ability and show different ranges that may not, especially if I'm re-auditioning for a show or with a director that I've already worked with before. I'm trying to show different parts of my character, different parts of my personality, because they already know that I can act. They already know that I can perform. They already know I can do this. So now I'm trying to show different parts of my character, different parts of my personality, and my acting range to keep that creativity alive and not be typecasted. Because it can happen. I know back when I was in high school, when I was doing high school production, I was easily typed because you do Farquaad one time and now you're just a comedical villain every time. And it's silly, but it's fun, and it's one thing you just have to learn how to navigate, so to speak, in the industry.
Definitely. What's one piece of advice that you can give to a young person that's looking to get into acting?
Honestly, I would just say keep your head up. There's gonna be times where you're gonna be auditioning for stuff, you're not gonna hear back. Many times you're gonna be auditioning for stuff and you're gonna think it's something and it's not gonna come through. There's gonna be times that your career may get a little dry. You may be like, well, and you may have the urge or have the feeling to want to give up, but keeping your head up, staying confident in not only yourself but your artistic ability, and just knowing that that door is gonna open. And you just gotta be ready to walk through when it opens. I think that was a big thing for me for a little bit, because I think I went about 4 months in between, 4 maybe 5 months of like not doing a show or not having any artistic stimulation as far as like acting wise, and I really began to like miss the art form, and really just like started going like, man, maybe this isn't it for me. Maybe it's time for the 9 to 5, and it was a spooky time period, but there's gonna be time periods like that as an actor. That's one thing you have to learn, especially in the beginning stages. Like you have to learn to navigate that, to walk with that, and to understand that, but while that's happening, keeping faith in not only yourself as a person, but yourself as an actor and as an artist.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's gonna be a little cliche, but I'm gonna give a quick backstory to the story before I can tell you. When I was taking theater for the first time in high school, in theater one, sophomore or freshman year me, I read The Fences monologue. And ever since then, I've always wanted to collaborate, because he's an icon, with the one and only Denzel Washington. And so I think that'd be an amazing performance. I feel like he pulls something out of you artistically, because like being able to act with someone who's also a phenomenal actor, it makes you want to be greater, and it makes you want to up your ante. And so being able to like trying to basically fight with him on stage, to like get to his level, I think it'd be beautiful, and I think it'd be amazing for me artistically and to help me grow as a person.
Absolutely. So how did you get involved with Youth Talks?
You've talked? Okay, so that started off with me. It started off with me getting a follow from Marshall on Instagram. And then me being the type of person I am, I don't miss opportunities. I saw that he was doing some cool stuff. I'm like, hey Marshall, what's up? How you been? And then we just started chit chatting and talking about stuff. And then if we're planning, because he also has a podcast, so we're planning for me to appear on his podcast. But he has a few people ahead of me first, and so he has a lot of opportunities, a lot of different things that come up and networking opportunities. And so I'm always like, hey Marshall, what we doing? What we doing this weekend? And then Legacy Award weekend was coming around. He was like, I need some interviewers, need some people with good energy. And I was like, well, I'm free. And then next thing I know, I was there. I was networking, and it was a really beautiful time. It was a really amazing time. I met a lot of really good people. I made a lot of cool gigs for other stuff artistically going on for me, including this, of course. And yeah, it's really been an amazing process, and I love that event. It was amazing. It was long. Working from 4 to 12 was crazy. It was really fun. I loved it.
Nah, it was really, really amazing time. Shout out to the whole team at WGB Marketing. It was a beautiful event. Like it's just elevates each and every year.
And it was just so much going on, and so many like good people around you, and so many good people that look like you as well. And that's
Yes.
to see other Black people succeeding in their form of career, in their career path, and to be able to uplift you and to motivate. So I got so many like words of advice, and just so many good connections. There can be like lifelong connections, or they can be for other projects or whatever it may be. There's just so many good people there, and it was amazing.
Most definitely. What have been some of your most memorable experiences when you're doing interviews?
Interviews? Ooh, okay. So there's one lady. I can't remember her name on top of my head, but it was very silly. She has a cannabis brand, and in the middle of our interview, she started pulling out her stuff. She's like, "I got goodies for you," and it was just very funny to get for her to pass out edibles and stuff. It's very fun. It was very much enjoyed. And it was hilarious. And also seeing people that were like nervous to do the interviews and trying to hype them up and getting their energy up. I had a few people there who were like a little shy at first, or who didn't fully, prepare for everything. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be okay. 4 questions, 40 seconds, it's gonna be real quick, blah blah. And so just hyping them up and seeing their energy come up and then seeing them be proud of what they did afterwards was such a beautiful pride and something to be happy. Like, oh my God, I did that. Yeah, you did that. Like you did that. Great job. And it was really fun.
Yeah, I was telling the owner, Charles Madison, about you guys, and I was saying I love your team.
Thank you.
Because you guys have such an amazing energy, and you can tell that you really care about your guests.
Yeah, yes. That's one thing, at least I know we try to prioritize to make everyone feel comfortable and make everyone feel important. Because if we're interviewing, because the people we're interviewing, they're extremely important. They're doing amazing things. We want to make sure one, you feel comfortable, when you're happy, when you understand. I'm a big person, like make sure you understand what's happening. When you do 4 questions, these are what I'm going to ask. This is how it's going to go. No, there's no pop-ups, no surprises, and making sure they feel like they're important, like we're really appreciating what they're telling us and being attentive listeners. And like I said, if you can just give them your attention and hype them up, so to speak, a little bit, you're doing amazing work, and you get to see the effects of their faces. They smile, they start deep eyes. It's an amazing thing.
Absolutely. So, when everything is said and done,
of course,
what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy. I want my legacy to be someone who can never be forgotten. And I think it's a little vague, but I want to be able to sit down, at least in a good way too, in a good way, of course. But I want to be able to sit back one day, I'm like 60, 70 years old, whatever it is, and be able to really just feel the effects of I can comfortably say that I will be someone that history will never forget, and I can be someone that you can put into your history books. And I look forward to that. And it's one of those things like manifesting, just having faith in it and believing in it and working towards that stuff.
Most definitely.
Of course. You can follow me on Instagram at Kieran._.Thomas. You can find me my professional email at Kieran.Thomas1109@gmail.com. And those are my main 2 forms right now. And if you stay tuned on my Instagram, you'll be seeing an announcement coming soon about an upcoming movie. And you'll be seeing an announcement about an upcoming short film. And you'll be seeing an announcement about an upcoming photo shoot that's going to be released and an interview that's coming soon. Once again, that's Kieran._.Thomas on Instagram. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Next legacy.
Do you love American music? Have you ever heard of The Turkey Fought Back, Twerking with a Twang, or A Song About Us? Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by UncleRyano.com. You can check out all of these incredible international hits and grab some phenomenal merch at www.UncleRyano.com. They have gear for the entire family. T-shirts, hoodies, koozies, travel mugs, mouse pads, and so much more. That's www.UncleRyano.com. Tell them Danaya Azure sent you.